Hey, Danny Ray with Pinnacle Quote Life Insurance Specialist. This company today, it's January 4th, 2018. Hope you all having a great new year. I want to talk to you today about a topic that's pretty important. I wrote a client earlier today with bipolar disorder and the pros and cons of bipolar disorder, how insurance companies look at you. This way, if you do have bipolar disorder, okay, you can have confidence to know that you can get a good rate. All right, so I'll be going back and forth. I got 4 screens here, so I'll be going back and forth as far as explaining that to you. And again, bipolar, mental illnesses such as bipolar disorder, anxiety disorder, any kind of severe depression are still very misunderstood to this day and age, despite how extremely common these ailments are. Generally speaking, life insurance companies assess your level of risk based on how society perceives you at your level of risk, okay? And sometimes it takes a few years for life insurance companies to basically catch up. For example, life insurance companies or life insurance for marijuana smokers, okay, has become easier and cheaper to get because society has become more lenient towards marijuana. And sooner or later, they'll be the same way towards a lot of other impairments as well. We still do not fully understand bipolar disorder, okay, which is an indication of by the drastically varying life insurance rates that individuals do get when they do have bipolar disorder. Again, a lot of insurance companies out there will look at you differently, okay? One company can give you a certain rate while another company don't even want to touch it and decline you. So it's very important to know which one of these companies are. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of tips on how to get the best rates on your life insurance. There are a few categories of life insurances out there, such as veterans life insurance for smokers, no medical exam life insurance. Regardless of which category you fall into, make sure that you are only working with the top life insurance companies, such as Banner Life or AIG, Protective Life. Those are my 3 favorites, okay? Now again, there's as far as bipolar disorder, there are pretty much 2 forms they look at, bipolar 1, bipolar 2. This is how the insurance companies look at it in regards to your life insurance. Some insurance companies will put applicants with bipolar 1 and bipolar 2 in separate categories, okay? There are companies that are, that you want to be working with because most companies don't even put you in a category. The companies that put you into categories you want to work with, okay? Because this means that they know the difference. That's very important, okay? They know the difference and have recent, information, the latest studies on the bipolar disorder, okay? So that's really, really important, all right? So with that said, on the other hand, insurance companies that throw bipolar 1 and bipolar 2 applicants in the same category demonstrates their lack of knowledge and understanding of the disorder. Okay, these companies will generally offer higher rates, and since life insurance companies are hesitant to work with applicants that have conditions such as bipolar disorder, and they really don't want to do business with people that have ailments they're not really they're unsure about or not familiar with. Okay, now again, as far as bipolar disorder, okay, and I will go ahead and tell you how the underwriters that do accept it, okay, look at it, okay. And if you hear my bulldog behind me, he's snoring, so just bear with me. Okay, bipolar disorder, again, if you're mild bipolar, okay, stable, maybe taking a psychiatric med, but absolutely no antipsychotic meds, okay, no suicide attempts the last 3 years, you probably get a standard rate, okay. Again, you're going to have all these criteria in there. A moderate bipolar, okay, psychiatric medication, dosages increased in the last 12 months, no suicide in the past 6 months, possibly get a table 2, maybe a table 3, okay, which is it's about the 6th best rating class out there. And again, if you have severe bipolar disorder, use inhibitors, changes in medication dosages, the doctors not really have you on an accurate medication regimen, then you're probably going to get a table 4, in some cases table 5 or 6. Okay, these are the companies that will offer you a policy if you have bipolar disorder. Okay, again, majority of the companies out there might decline you. All right, but it's more important. It's very important to go to a person or an agent that knows which ones won't. And here at Pinnacle Quote, again, I specialize in health impairments. I specialize in seniors over 70. Okay, I specialize in a lot of the criteria that most insurance companies don't. Okay, so again, with that being said, what will the life insurance companies want to know when you do have bipolar disorder? Every life insurance company will want to know about your condition. I mean, that's the bottom line. They want to know the nooks and cranny of it. If you can assure them that your disorder is under control, you will likely be offered, lower rates, like a standard rate. Okay, it's important to be prepared for, an array of questions, a bombardment of questions in some cases. Okay, that the life insurance company will ask you. And again, if life insurance companies prefer to cover, people with bipolar disorder, again, you got to give them thorough and honest answers during the application process. That's very, very important. It's better for you to tell the truth and then find out the truth than you tell them a misrepresentation and they find it out anyway. Now remember, these are multi-billion-dollar corporations. They have ways of finding out. So just be honest, okay, and get the rate you deserve instead of trying to finagle them or trying to cut corners. It just never works out. And again, last thing you want to do is pass away and they find out you committed some sort of a lie on the policy the first 2 years, okay? Then it might affect your coverage for your family, all right, which is the most important reason why you get it. Now, as far as that's concerned, the questions they're going to ask you, are you on medication? Okay, what kind of medication? Okay, you take a medication exactly how the doctor prescribes it. Now, some people with bipolar disorder, they don't take their meds every day. Hence the term, are you off your meds? Okay, so a lot of times when people have bipolar disorder, you got to be absolutely certain that you're taking it exactly how the doctor's prescribing it. Okay, another question that I ask is, have you recently attempted suicide? Now, again, statistics say that if you didn't, if you're okay after 2 years, you probably got help and everything else. So most insurance companies have what's called a 2-year suicide clause. Statistics tell them that if you are in danger of hurting yourself, that within 2 years, either you did it already or you got help and you're not going to do it ever again. So again, you got to be, any recent suicide attempts, will probably have them postpone it. It could be up to a year, all right? And have you had any hospitalizations recently in the result of your bipolar? Okay, have you been admitted? How stable is your personal life? Okay, that's very important too. People with bipolar disorder, they need to have a stable life. Okay, they can't have the ups and downs. That affects them in a very negative way. And how are you treating your disorder? Okay, that's really important. That's what the life insurance company want to know. Now, these questions will help the insurance companies determine whether or not you have your disorder under control. Okay, make sure that you can provide adequate answers to these questions before applying for life insurance. Okay, that's the key, all right? Now, as far as why is it taking so long for life insurance companies to come around, to catch up, it's life insurance companies. Remember, they want to look for creative ways to make you spend more money. Okay, so that's probably a little part of it. But as I mentioned before, life insurance companies often take years to adjust their medical underwriting to modern day standards. Okay, like marijuana. Give an example. There's California just legalized marijuana, so the insurance companies have to come around. They could go ahead. Most carriers still to this day will charge you a tobacco rate, but there's a few like Prudential and AIG that'll charge you a non-tobacco rate for recreational use. Okay, so with that said, therefore, even if bipolar becomes more and more treatable, life insurance companies maybe loosen up the belt a little bit and take a bit longer to reflect on the rates. Okay, insurance companies will, give an example, like life insurance with epilepsy. Okay, getting insurance with bipolar disorder can be frustrating. Okay, especially if you know that your condition is not life-threatening. Okay, last thing in the world is you're doing good. You have bipolar disorder. You're knocking the cover off the ball. You're doing fantastic, and an insurance company tells you you're going to decline you. Okay, because you haven't. Okay, again, that's why you come to a guy like me, because I know the carriers that won't. Okay, I'll ask you the right questions, and I'll put you in a position where when they ask you the question, you're going to give them the right answers. Okay, and that's the most important thing, to make sure that you get the most affordable policy. Okay, my main focus always is to make sure you get the best price policy and you buy right, but most importantly, you have the highest rated carriers possible, and then I'll obviously hold you by the hand and assist you through the process of underwriting. Okay, now again, overall, how can you get affordable rates with life insurance with bipolar? There are several things that you can do to make life insurance more affordable. Okay, when it comes to this, bottom line is improve overall health. This is important for anyone that's applying for life insurance. Try to eat healthy, exercise, regularly. Make a lifestyle change. Okay, make a good impression at your exam. Remember, the examiner is your friend. Okay, so he writes everything down. All right, quit smoking. If you're smoking cigarettes, I cannot stress it enough. If you smoke cigarettes, okay, and you get a 30-year level term, you're going to spend over $150,000 over 30 years. You can put all your kids through college not smoking cigarettes. Okay, seriously. Okay, stop smoking, quit smoking. Okay, it's usually 2 or 3 times more expensive. Then you factor in an ailment, like give you an example like diabetes and smoking, it's a double whammy. You'll get table 4 or table 5. Okay, now again, if you have bipolar disorder, you do not want to give insurance companies another reason to label you more of a high risk. Okay, then your rate goes up. Okay, another thing is compare quotes. You always got to shop around. Okay, now again, you don't need to shop around. Call us here at Pinnacle Quote, because talking to me is like talking to 50 individual agents. But you don't have to talk to 50 individual agents. I have all their products. So what I do, I ask you a very short list of health and lifestyle questions. Then I shop you to the top 50 carriers nationwide. Within seconds, you'll have the best rate in the country. You will not be able to beat the rate. If anything, you might be able to match it, but you will not be able to beat it. Now, the most important thing about life insurance, the most valuable commodities is to get the best rate, but most importantly, get the best carrier. Okay, and most importantly, hire an independent agent like me. Okay, again, I'm a national independent agent, licensed in 49 states. I will get you the best rate, hands down. That's just what I do. I have over 200 products available at my disposal. So whatever your needs are and your budget is, I will mold and tailor make the policy around your needs and budget. All right. So with that being said, that's a little bit of input on bipolar disorder. Again, if you have gotten declined with bipolar disorder, don't fret. Don't go ahead and be discouraged. Give us a call at Pinnacle Quote at 855-380-3300 extension 2. And again, if visit us on the web as well. Okay, at pinnaclequote.com. And you can also visit our blog. I have this video I'm making right now will be attached to the article that I've written about bipolar disorder. Okay, at pinnaclequote.com/blog. Okay, and you can scroll through that. There's dozens of health impairments and topics about life insurance that can give the people confidence that you can get a policy. So with that being said, again, Danny Ray with Pinnacle Quote. Have a happy new year, and I'll speak to you soon.